We warned you.
Hello and welcome to Rants in the Pants, starring me, Starfirescully, and Nocturne Cal, whose channel you'll be following to watch this.
It's episode 1.
It is episode 1. We will be airing this season, well, or just conglomerate of episodes. We haven't quite decided yet. Once a month. Ish.
That's what we're shooting for.
Where we will discuss the rants that have been bothering our parents.
Maybe not bothering.
Or helping our pants to stay on. Or helping take them off. Or
just the pants in general.
Anything you can do with pants, really. Yeah. Anything you can do with pants.
Yeah.
So, Cal, would you like to tell us what our topic is for today?
Our tentative topic, since this is called Rants, so you never know what we'll end up saying, is villains. That's it, villains.
Villains. Evil villains, really awful villains, Disney villains, video game villains, movie villains, real villains, rapists, muggers, stalkers. This is the villain I'd like to talk about first. Ganondorf! From Legend of Zelda. Wow, I can't speak today. He is awful. He rides around on this freaking horse. He rides around on this freaking horse, and he kills people. He wants Princess Zelda in his pants, as in the rants, in the pants, you get it? I connected it. And he just can't get enough of it. And he's my prop for today, so I had to use him. So tell us what you think about Ganondorf.
I don't think he really wanted Zelda in his pants. He just needs her to control the world.
He needs her power to control the world.
Yeah, so he doesn't really want her in his pants. That might be a perk, but I don't really think he actually wanted her in his pants.
Well, she's gorgeous. Why wouldn't you want her in your pants?
What's the other episode? Which one? No.
I think she's pretty. Don't you think she's pretty? I mean, no one wants this dude. Ever.
No matter what game you're talking about.
No, ever. And Link just kicks his butt every single time.
And Link is a midget.
So, he's a pretty terrible villain, but a villain nonetheless. Any ideas? My turn?
Okay, I'm going to talk about 3 villains. Was it 3? Well, I know it's 3, but I'm trying to remember what the second one was. Okay, yeah, 3 villains. I have to talk about this just because it's me. Okay?
You're the villain?
No! I'm in the subject of what type of movie the villains are in.
Is it a vampire movie?
Yes! Trilogy. That's why there's 3, because it's a vampire trilogy.
That means it's not Twilight.
Fuck Twilight.
Sorry, everyone.
The books are good. The movies are getting better.
But the obsession, it just needs to stop.
I mean,
Girls.
It's bad. I mean, no. I want it to stop because Twilight is giving the rest of the vampires in the world a bad reputation. But I don't want it to stop because since it's so popular, it's making vampire paraphernalia really available to those of us who like vampires before. Because you know how hard it is to find vampire stuff, like shirts or necklaces or anything with vampires on it before Twilight became popular? Do you realize how hard it was?
But do you realize also what you guys are doing to this culture? You're making it so the real people who like vampires,
For real
hardcore vampires, are being persecuted.
Yes.
For Twilight, you know.
Sometimes
I feel like you're the villains.
Yes. I mean, I've been a vampire enthusiast since I was 5. 5.
I mean, personally, I'm not
you
a
get
big...
this. 5. I'm 20 now.
5. Yes, we get it.
15 years!
Like, I'm not even a huge vampire fan. I was more of a werewolf person all through my childhood. But even that!
Yeah. And they're not even
werewolves!
They're shapeshifters!
Read the 4th book, people! Don't just watch the movies! Read the books!
Because you miss a lot. It's funny because all the really good little nuances of the books are not in the movies.
Exactly.
So, all the good parts of the books aren't in the movies.
So everyone just assumes that Twilight's just awful just because Stewart can't act, and neither can Robert Pattinson. It's not our fault, us people who actually enjoyed the books, that they can't act, and therefore make everything be a bad name. I'm sorry if we're probably totally offending some people right now.
The sad part is the guy who plays Edward in the spoof movie Vampire Suck is cuter than the actual guy who plays him in the actual
cuter than Robert Pattinson. Yes, girls, Robert Pattinson isn't very attractive. Taylor Lautner is the best looking thing in the movie.
And it sucks because his role is the,
is the guy who doesn't get the girl.
Yeah, and his character is very, like,
but I want him to get her now. Well, actually, no. Kristen Stewart, you can act in other movies, I admit it. But in this movie in particular, I don't want anyone to have Bella. Because Bella, maybe you should just go off with Robert Pattinson. Have your own little bad acting children somewhere else.
I don't know if the children will be bad acting yet because they haven't
villains.
Yet.
They're all villains. We should talk about someone else.
That's totally not what I was going with my vampire thing, but hey, it works.
It's a rant. It's
a
rant for fans, people.
That's why I said our tentative topic. Because you never know where it's going to end up. Alright, what else going to attend? I can't remember the names of the actual villains, though. I actually can't right now. Okay, but I'll tell you the movies, and if you've seen the movies, you know who I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking about the Blade trilogy. Okay, in the first movie, the villain guy, hot-ass motherfucker, and bad-ass motherfucker. Like, dude was a good villain, and I wanted to be in his pants. Good ass. Sorry. Alright, second movie. It's weird because there's so many villains in that movie. None of which I want to be in their pants. None. They're all not attractive at all.
I don't even know what she's talking about, and I don't want to be in their pants.
And, good acting, decent villains. There was too many of them in that movie, though, in my opinion. If there's more than 2 villains in the movie, that's too many villains. Seriously, there were like 4. There was 4. That's too many for one movie.
What movie is this?
Blade 2.
Oh, I have never watched the Blade trilogy.
Didn't I show you any of them?
Nope.
I had to do that. Okay, so Blade 3. Okay, the villain in that, which is actually Dracula. So I remember that one. It's supposed to be Dracula. He's okay. Villain-wise, he's pretty good, even though he doesn't really try to be a villain at the very end.
However, Dracula's way overused as a villain.
Really? They didn't call him Dracula. They said it was Dracula, but they called him Draco, which is pretty
still. He's used Van Helsing, Dracula's, all the Dracula movies.
Well, Dracula was like one of the first real vampires written about.
He's all like, where's his life in the good side? And why is he a reoccurring villain? I understand. Okay, he's a reoccurring villain, but he keeps coming back and back and back. Come up with some crazy. Come up with whatever. Maybe Dracula's children. Maybe something a little more original than just Dracula all the time.
Well, because his kids killed him. In most of them. Usually the reason he died is because some of the ones that he had that were his children either were killed before him, or in some way, shape, or form assisted in his demise.
No, gonna pull up Disney real quick. Ursula. Ursula. Oh, and not only Ursula, the guy from Hunchback of Notre Dame, freaking priest guy. I can't remember his name, but his song, listen to it. We're gonna try to post a link up for you. Listen to his song. It's about raping Esmeralda, or else killing her. And if you don't remember this from your childhood, you need to listen to it. He's going to rape your gypsies. Run! Well, that was rant number 1. And
we went too far into the vampire. I'm just saying.
You think people are going to be offended?
No, not offended. I'm just saying it's going to be a little bit too confusing, in my opinion, because we went off on this vampire tangent.
You know what? And that's why it's called Rants in the Pants. We're confusing, but we're fun. Come back to watch us again.
Bye-bye. I'm gonna die.
I wanna do bad things with you.